Learning the lingo of WordPress. In this video, I will go into some key terms about WordPress so you can get a sense of what it's about. You can speak intelligently, intellectually, smartly. You will be able to speak intelligently about WordPress, and you can refer back to this in the future if you're trying to get a handle on what WordPress is, how it works, what's going on the inside. My name is Ken Schroeder. I'm a website designer for coaches, and I'm over at coachingsitesthatwork.com. And I'm also running a Facebook group for coaches who are learning WordPress and support them, help them get set up and learn WordPress, and so that they have the power and control over their websites to create the business of their dreams. Create the website of your dreams to build the business vision that you'll love. Something like that. But let's get into these words. And what I'm going to do is, in front of me is a website of a client. Her name is Lisa, and she's a trauma recovery coach. We use the phrase trauma recovery specialist just to speak to the environment and market she's in. A lot of medical health care people, and so for marketing reasons you use different words, and but we're going to get into the words of WordPress words. Learning the lingo. Okay, let me close my face and get into it. So okay, you're getting my entire screen here, so you'll probably be able to see the address bar at the top. The first term that I'm going to go into is your website. Your website, generally speaking, is this. Your website, your front end, the visible thing that's live that people see. It's also called the front end. Again, it's the front. There's also the back end where you manage content and do some technical stuff. The front end website, sometimes people will say landing page, and that's usually the term landing page is specific to a certain page in the context of, hey, we're trying to optimize our landing page, like maybe an email opt-in or a course sign up. And that's a page you send people to so they land on it and engage with that specific page. But a lot of coaches, they're not knowingly, they'll just say, oh, my landing page, which is really their homepage. But really, it's just your website. Okay, so that's that. And with WordPress, let's see. There's a login screen. And one of the trick things to know as a new website owner is this WP-admin you attach to the end of your website address. It's a short way to get to the login screen so you can administer your website, get into the back end, and add content and do all kinds of things like that. So let me just focus on that up here. So to the top of the screen, you'll see this for Lisa's website. It's traumarecoverycoach.com/WP-admin. And this basically every website's like this. This will take you a shortcut right to the login screen. Log in with username and password, and let's logged in. Just give me a moment. Okay, so I have clicked login, and here I am logged in. This is now the dashboard of WordPress. Dashboard is where you have control over everything within your website, the design, the content, plugins, and all that stuff. So in here, you'll see a black bar across the top. You'll see the website name at the top. It says visit site up here. A massive menu on the left. Yours might look a little bit different because of the different things you have set up. And so at the top, what we'll do is I'm going to click on the name at the top. That's a quick way to bounce between the back end and the front end. That means bouncing between the back end administration area and the front end live website. But now that I'm logged in, you'll notice there's a black bar across the top. This is a bit of a quick menu to access things since I'm logged in. And I can actually log out over here. So this is a utility bar that you see once you're logged in. Okay, so there's some things in here, caching, edit page and stuff. Enable the visual builder because I'm using a certain theme. It's a quick menu thing here. So I click again at the top left. I flip back to the back end, the administration area, the dashboard. So I'm throwing all these terms at you. So they refer to the same thing, and you can see how I speak about WordPress, and you can learn the lingo. So on the left is a lot of things here. And I'm going to avoid things that, as a new person using WordPress, you don't really need to worry about. Let's see, I got a list here. So we went over that. So again, this is the dashboard. We went over the front end. We went over the administration bar. And WordPress, that term itself, WordPress, WordPress is an open software, and there's two flavors of it, so to speak. There's the one where you have the ultimate power over the entire universe. Basically, you have power over your plugins and themes, and you have full control over your website. That's the open source version of WordPress that you have to set up on your own hosting account. There's also the subscription type of WordPress, which is more dumbed down, less flexible, and has ads unless you pay for a monthly service. And that's a different flavor of WordPress. That's called the non-self-hosted or the subscription type or WordPress.com, sign up. And a lot of coaches and new website owners end up buying that, thinking they're getting WordPress, and it's not really what the WordPress would people really love. So again, the WordPress has two flavors: hosted and self-hosted and subscription service. We're doing the one with all the power, the one that you want. Again, also with the more power, there's a lot more options here, so it might get a little hairier to look around here. Okay, so again, WordPress is what we're using. It's open source software. We're using the right version here, the self-hosted version. And on the left, actually, before I do go into that, let me go back to the menu at the top and just point out something. In the address bar at the top, if I click into the address bar, at the top, I see https://trauma-recovery-support.com and then WP admin. There's an S in there. That S means that the website is on a secure server. And I'm using Chrome. Chrome shows this little lock here, again indicating it's a secure server. And so you want your website on a secure server. It's better for security. And when customers come to your site or potential clients come to your website, they'll see that lock and they'll feel okay. If it's not on a secure server, sometimes you get a little red mark or a message saying not secure, and that can make your visitors hesitate, oh, this is not a secure site, and it just doesn't look right. So it creates a little bit of doubt in the visitor. And also, Google likes websites that are secure. It's a small plus in Google's evaluation of your website. So you want it on a secure server, and you'll see the letters SSL, secure socket layer, which is a secure server. SSL, secure server, for you means the same thing. Secure server, SSL, yeah. So you want to make sure your website's on a secure server, and when you sign up for hosting and you get that going, they'll either charge you for it or it'll be free. And there's some handy tutorials on my website. And let's see, I'll aim to link to it below so that you can. I have steps you can go through to set up your own website, and make sure that you get the secure server secure socket layer in place, the secure server. So anyway, when you get your site, when you're setting up your WordPress website, make sure that there's a secure server activated, paid for. If it's paid for, maybe something like 20, $50 a year, something like that. I think more and more it'll be free. I mean, it's just basic. It's just it's the minimum standard. Okay, so secure server, secure socket layer. You know what that's about. Cross it off my list here. And okay, so now we are in the dashboard again. It's blackish, although that can be tweaked. You can have a different color in here. I've seen different things. But essentially, it's this black dashboard, a black area with menus on the left with options and things. And then it had these panels in the middle. These I'm closing and opening a bunch of these. And these are quick menus to things. And why can't I close this one? Hide dashboard widget, monster insights. Whatever. So these are panels, and you can move them around. I don't spend much time looking at these quick glance panels, but that's how the administration area works. When you go to different sections in here, like I'll go to pages. When I go to pages, I'll get a bunch of panels in here. Here's a panel of a list of pages. This panel you can't open and close. And then, yeah, if I go to widgets, appearance widgets. Widgets are things you can stick into your website. Like you just take a widget and stuff it into your website in different areas. So they're kind of like conceptually just something you just stick in somewhere, like a widget you stick into a door and hold it in place. Is that what a widget is in real life? No. The widgets, again, here's some panels again. Open and close that panel, open and close this panel. Right now I'm in the widgets section, which are just things you can stuff into your website, like a search box or a list of categories or a Facebook box. But we'll get into that in a moment. For now, the point is that we have these these panels. So I'm going to go back to the dashboard. Here's the dashboard button on the left. Click on dashboard, and now I'm back at the main front home, the dashboard home area. Again, these are called panels that open and close. I rarely look at these. Because I know how to tune out what I don't need. But those are panels. It's important to know that the environment is made up of these menu items and different panels that you can set up settings and all kinds of things. Down the left, we have a lot of things here. I'll point you to things that are most important. Here's a dashboard. That's a quick way to get that dashboard. The hosting company, Bluehost, is put in a bunch of things here. Some quick links that they're trying to give you services. So they have a thing there. And Jetpack is a pile of options. You may or may not see that. Typically, installations will have a Jetpack here, which is just a bunch more tools. But what I want you to point, what's important here now is posts. I'll go into posts, media, and pages. So pages are pages of your website. They're pages with content, and you add images and text, and you can embed videos and link to things. And those are pages. Those are what web pages. If I go to the front end of Lisa's website, here we have pages: homepage, coaching page, testimonials, Meet Lisa. And these are all pages. I click on Meet Lisa. I'm going to the Meet Lisa page. Meet Lisa page, image, content, a little doohickey there, button, bit of a big image at the top, and story, content, text, some credibility logos, and whatnot. That's a page, and we know what pages are. We like pages. And there's something in WordPress called a post. A post is different than a page because a post is are blog posts. So they have a comment section in there. They have a time and date associated with them. And if I go, so Lisa doesn't have an active blog at the moment, but so what I'll do is I'll go to a different website. I'll go to my website, coachingsites.work.com, and because I blog and I have a lot of content, so I go to my blog, and if I go to the blog section of my website, I'll have a list of recent blog posts. Here's one: chicken scratch secrets to getting clients from your website. I'll click on that post. Again, so that's a post. I'm going to click on that post, and a post is just a special kind of page. It's got a little more razzmatazz to it. It's got a comment section at the bottom. It's got these widgets on the side that you can control. That's common to blog pages. Like you'll have content on the left, an article, you read it, a blog entry, and then you'll have like stuff on the right, something I'm promoting. Like I have a setup that I'm promoting, my email list I'm promoting. I have a WordPress 101 Facebook group for coaches that I'm promoting. You should check that out too if you want to learn WordPress. But for now, let's just get through these terms. So again, a blog is a special kind of page that is meant for publishing content. So posts and pages, blog posts, and static pages. Like maybe you're running a course and you make a page about your course. Media is media, like mostly going to be images, could be videos, could be PDFs, and GIFs and JPEGs and stuff like that. But just mostly video, mostly images you're probably going to use. On Lisa's website, we have a lot of images. She has her, this. She has some other items. So your media library is where you have images that you use. Post, pages, and images. Now, if I create a page, I can put content on there. I can add images, and those images end up in the media library. Okay, post, pages, media library. Good. How are we doing? We doing well? By the way, post any comments or questions and comments down below, and I will be alerted, and I will be happy to respond. Comments again. Those are related to blog posts. So if I go to my blog, this is a new. It's comments. Essentially, that's what it is. It's going to be when people post comments, you can quickly go check them there. I don't need to go into that too much. That's what comments are for. If you get into blogging down the line, you'll get an idea what comments are. Right now, we're just giving you the basics, the lingo. So then there's the big thing about WordPress is the power for. It's very powerful for visual layouts and design. So there are things called themes, and then and themes provide functionality as well. But there's also things called plugins where you can extend your WordPress website. Like you can have a course plugin. You can have there are lots of plugins out there too. You can have a membership site plugin. You can have a plugin. Let's say you're doing a lot of videos. Maybe you have some video plugins special to what you're doing. There's like backup plugins. There are lots of plugins. In fact, why don't I go to Lisa's website's plugins? Let's see what ones we're using here. And they're like analytics. And then, you can if you have a calendar schedule booking software, you can get a plugin for that. Email list plugin. Bluehost one we don't need to in there, but contact forms, maintenance plugin, and so you can extend your site in different ways. As a beginner, your biggest thing is just to get online, get active, get a feel for the environment, get your content up there, and then see where you are when it comes to marketing and functionality. Probably an email list would be something you want to get going, so there may be some plugins to help you do that. Again, plugins extend functionality in a lot of ways, and appearance is more about the layout and visual front end of your website. So if I go to her themes, I'm using the Divi theme by Elegant Themes. It's one I like using. And by the way, if you go to my website, I have a setup tutorial, walks you through all this stuff. And I have a Facebook group that will help you do it as well and give you support. So before you go buying themes and getting hosting and all these things, you probably best just get into the group, and I have other learning material there. Get into my Facebook group and or use the tutorial on my website so that you can I can walk you through it. And then if you have questions, you can just pop them in there. But I'm using the Divi theme here, and Divi theme's good. There are a lot of themes out there, a lot of good themes, and they'll all do you good. And in another video, I talk about themes and how to choose a good one. And but again, a big thing about what I want you to do is to quickly learn WordPress, quickly get things in place, because a big part of succeeding as a coach and getting clients and growing your business is there's a lot of other things you need to do and worry about. So great to learn this stuff, better to implement fast, and best to make sure that the big ticket items in your business are being attended to, getting visible, getting traffic, social media, whatever you're going to do to get clients. Those need to be implemented. So I tend to try to lean you to go quicker rather than slower, and that's why I make these videos. Speed up your learning, so you can have some strong WordPress muscles and grow your everything, your business, your website, your business, your marketing, and then ultimately framework. Create a framework of a life. Coaching people and getting paid. A lot of flexibility and great things come from that. Okay, back to the lingo. Learning the lingo. Okay, plugins, themes, widgets. Okay, widgets again are these. Typically, they're put in on the sidebar of a page with blog articles. WordPress was originally made for blogging and quickly became just a fantastic platform for just site creation, especially for small business owners. It's just a great content delivery platform. This is another video that I go into why WordPress is great. So look for that one. For now, we're learning the lingo. So anyway, widgets. So here I have some widgets. I have how to set up your WordPress website. I have categories of different topics. I have tags here, which is a bit of a noisy mess, but it is a quick way to get to things. Website reviews, search engines, and stuff like that. Okay, widgets get stuffed into there. You may or may not do much with widgets, depending on what you're up to. Again, widgets are a handy way of adding functionality into a page. Themes will often come with some kind of tools, modules, or these kind of things you can use. And there's just a lot of language, a lot of words. I wouldn't be too afraid of them because you learn them as you use them. But for now, I'm going to stick to the core ones that you need to know. Okay, plugins, again, extend functionality. There's users down here. It's a good chance you're not going to deal with any users at any point. You'll be the only user, and your website, you'll be the administrator user. So don't worry about that. Tools and settings are ways to get to different other aspects of your website and various settings you can access. As you add more plugins and themes, then these tools and settings can also change and expand. I have these other things here, Bloom, Backup Buddy. These are specific to the things that I'm doing. And I'm going to stop there on the left side of the menu because I think it's not really important you worry about the other stuff here right now. And you may never have to. Themes, pages, posts, plugin. Okay. Let's see. There is a good thing to look at over here. Appearance menus. Okay, so menus. If I click on menus, you'll see this is what appears at the top of the website, but there's also like a secondary menu and a footer menu. You can have different areas for menus, different quote unquote locations for menus, managed locations. So I've clicked on the menu on the left, and now we're looking at menus. And essentially, for your website, I recommend one simple, short, 5 items, 4 items menu. For coaches, it's going to be something to the effect of a homepage, something about your coaching services, testimonials or success stories about your clients. A page about you, and then a page I recommend having. You can have a contact page, but I recommend having something a little bit more like a contact page on steroids, which is essentially getting people into that first session as a coach, so that free coaching initial session that I call a strategy session for a lot of geeky strategic reasons, and that's a whole other topic for another day. The strategy session is really that initial session you have with someone that takes them from just being a stranger or not having any personal contact to a phone call, and in that phone call, you is your process to enroll them, to get them signed up as a paying client. And again, there's a lot of theory and strategy around that, a topic for another day. But again, this is the menu section, and here's some key pages that I recommend having. And you can control that here. I can add. She did a holiday special. I can add that to the menu, and it may be a little unfriendly to look at these little settings and tick boxes and all these things in here. But in essence, this is really to set up your main menu at the top of your site. So basically, here's a menu item. I can put it first. I can make it a sub item by dragging it to the right. It's a holiday special. I'm just going to remove that. We don't want that. And then you save the menu when you're done over here, and then you have your menu set up. So this is, once you've created a handful of pages, you can take them here and add them to the menu, and then they'll be in here, and that'll show up at the top of your website. And there's also a secondary menu and then a footer menu. Depending on the theme you have, they may give you other options. Your menu might be on the left, etc., etc. But this is where you manage your menus. Appearance menus. And that'll be something you do in the beginning when you get your site set up. Get your menus in order. Menus. Widgets and tags. Okay. I think that's going to be it for now. I think that's enough for you to know what your to get around WordPress. Pages, posts, those are big. The dashboard, the front end. Let me go back to Lisa's front end by clicking up at the top here. So it's asking me if my changes may not have been saved because I was mucking around with the menus, and that's okay. I didn't change anything, so I'm going to leave and not save. Here's the website, and if I log out, I will log out over here. Log out of Lisa's website, and now I'll be I'm logged out. Go back to trauma recovery support, back at our home page, and that's it. Let me see if I can get my face up here. Hey, okay, I hope that was helpful. Questions, post below. I'm Ken Schroeder, a website designer for coaches over at coachingsites.work.com. You're here learning about WordPress. That's a bit of the WordPress lingo. Let me get you the lingo. Learning the lingo. And I do have some tutorial for setting up your website, as well as a Facebook group for free help to make sure you get through the steps right. Okay, bye everyone.